Alrighty, here we go again. Today, we're going to do a little conversation with Dakota Sigmon. Me and him worked together for several years and have not really had much kind of like a high and by relationship, more or less. But there is something that has brought us into a state of friendship, and that is what we're going to have a little conversation about. It's cigars. My opinion, a cigar is not, it's not a cigarette. It's, me and him actually were talking about this earlier before I got this rolling, and it's a time investment. And I think it is super important to take a little bit of time for everyone out of your day for you. You need to have that 10 minutes, 30 minutes, an hour to where you can just sit down and think about you for a little bit. Get the phone out of your hand and just, enjoy what's around you. And I feel very strongly that cigars have helped me do that. And I think, we're just going to kind of shoot the trash about that. We're smoking a Gurkha Double Maduro right now. So I picked these up online at a cigar bid.
Yeah. It's a Gurkha Legend.
Gurkha Legend, sorry.
Yeah.
And one thing I want to talk about cigar bid is be careful. You can spend a lot of money very fast on there if you're not halfway disciplined, which I'm not. And but most of the time, I like my brick and mortar stores. I like going to them. There's a couple around town. One is the probably going to butcher the name to it, but it's the Mulan something. Anyways, it's it's in downtown Roanoke. Oh. Awesome place, awesome people there. They are outstanding service. The place is great, and sometimes I just like going there just to sit down and relax. I don't even think I've ever smoked a cigar in there, but I'll sit around and join in on a conversation in a hurry. So, what kind of sort of got you into smoking cigars?
Well, got tired of cigarettes, number one. Just lost the flavor of them. I don't know. Just tried one day. I like the flavor. I like the idea that it's kind of a hobby to it.
Yeah.
If you actually have a cutter, a lighter, you have a
humidor.
Yeah. It's kind of cool like that, and I don't know, just kind of dive right into it.
That's kind of how I found myself into it too. And it was funny. We were actually just shooting the breeze one day at work, and then I think it was you. You were like, "Man, have you ever tried cigars?" And I was like, "Dude, I just have." And then it just took off rolling after that.
Oh yeah.
And another thing that I do enjoy about a cigar is that there's different types. And when I mean a different type is there's different flavor profiles, and you really don't understand what yours is until you get through a couple of them. No. And
see, I always thought when I started that I'd like the full flavored cigars because I smoked cigarettes for so long, but I don't. I like more of a medium.
Medium to mild. Yeah. And that's where I've actually found myself. Yet again, I've got a couple of the higher, in the strength of the cigar is basically rated off of its nicotine level. And I've smoked cigarettes. I've smoked a pack a day for several years. Quit that. I went to vaping. I vaped for 4 years, basically nonstop. And I was like, oh, same kind of concept he had. Oh, yeah, I could handle this. And my first full cigar, I about got sick on.
Yeah.
A head rush. Stomach didn't feel good. Just way too much nicotine. And to me, it's not really even about the nicotine anymore. It's more or less about the flavor and the time that you can kind of sit down and just enjoy yourself. I like looking up YouTube videos of what other people are getting out of the cigars. Especially if I'm trying a new one.
Yeah. Still trying to learn the retro hell.
Yeah. That
I haven't mastered. I kind of got it the other day, but I have not mastered it.
Dude, it's the first time you do it, tears will come pouring out of your eyes. It burns. Oh, dude. Yeah. And then once you kind of get used to it, it does get better. Huh. And there's just, it's something. It's also we were talking about it earlier. It's a craftsmanship behind it. I'm not going to go out here and tell you if you don't smoke don't go out here and smoke cigars if you don't want to. If you want to try one, try one. As long as you're, of age, you can go buy it yourself. Like, more power to you. I'm not, out here telling everybody that they need to go smoke cigars. I'm just telling you my opinion. Same way Dakota is. We're just telling you our experiences with it. And, but there's a craftsmanship to it. Like, somebody took the time to figure out this blend and figure out the wrapper and somebody had to pick it somewhere. And a lot of them come from, lower countries like Nicaragua and South America, like that.
All of it's really south of the equator.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
So, I'm sure that these people who are doing this is how they make their living. Just like we work in a factory there, making cigars. So, I don't know. It's just something to it. It's the whole take an hour to yourself.
Oh, yeah. Definitely. I was thinking, there's a few tobaccos that are actually United States grown.
No, I know there's a couple out of Kentucky. Mm-hmm. There's a couple in Virginia.
Yeah.
I'm not really
surprised me that there's not nothing on the West Coast. Just the weather out there.
No, they're too busy with the weed.
That's true.
Yeah.
Just the weather out there, though. You would think that somebody
might not be wet enough for it.
I seen the other day they make the weed with rolled in some kind of cigar wrapper with a little bit of tobacco for flavor, which is a pretty cool idea. If you're into weed now.
Of course, we're not, because it's illegal and we get drug tested at work.
Yeah.
I don't know. I have a feeling that will be that. It's dumb that there's so much money in the cannabis industry that it's not federally legal yet. Like, there's so many taxes sitting there waiting to be.
Just the fact that it's a plant that can grow, it bothers me that that's illegal. I don't think something that grows naturally should ever be illegal.
Well, so you go as far as saying psilocybin trippy mushrooms are the same way.
Yeah, I think it should be legal too.
It's Cat Williams once said about marijuana, he said it's a plant that if it catches on fire, it has some side effects. That's all it is. But I don't know, I think there's too much money on the table for the United States economy to have, because people are doing it anyways.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it's one of those, like, so why don't you make it legal, tax the ever living piss out of it, and make your money out of it? And then that way you could actually have it regulated to where you're not having to buy it.
I would just assume that they decriminalize it. That way they can't really tax it, because it's not federally legal.
True. Me and somebody else were talking about this, that there was like out in like Colorado where it's not federally legal, that most banks wouldn't touch the money from the distributors.
Really?
It's not. They're federally funded.
Huh.
Yeah. So a lot of mom and pop banks got started up to handle all this money from the distribution centers. I said I had never thought about it being that, like because it's a federal credit union, like number one, and I was like, didn't know that.
Makes sense though. You get it. See, even though anywhere it's legal, California, Colorado, whatever, still federally, like, what is it, DEA or whatever, still views it as the same crime as it was before.
It's weird.
Which is weird, yeah.
Very weird.
Yeah.
That's like, get this burn back even here.
Yeah, it's starting to lose mine too, actually.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Gurkha. This is actually the first Gurkha cigar I've ever had, and I know that they get a bad rap, but I thoroughly enjoyed these.
Oh yeah,
this is not a bad smoke at all.
Yeah, Gurkha is definitely a go-to for me. Don't find them near as much as other cigars.
Have you had a cigar that you didn't like? Like that you just not that you like others better. It's okay. No, just one you will never touch again.
Yeah, it was I really don't know the name or brand or anything, but it was some kind of a Cuban. It was what was stamped on it, and maybe it was just too full flavored for me, but it was just I thought it was terrible. And I had bought a 5-pack of them, so I had plenty of opportunity
Yeah.
to really get the flavor profile from it, and I didn't enjoy a single one of them.
Huh. I've yet to, like I said, I've definitely had ones that I preferred over others. But as far as saying I will never smoke that one again, I did have one that we were talking. What was it? The H. Upman.
Yeah, H. Upman.
Yeah, that we actually I smoked one the other day, and I think something was wrong with the construction of it. So I'm not going to say I won't smoke the cigar again, because when you're doing something that's handmade, not all of them are going to be perfect. Not all of them are going to be, the exact same as the next. So I think this one had a knot or something in it, or something wasn't rolled correctly, or something, because the draw felt like you were breathing through a straw. It was
only had
rough.
one of them?
Yeah, I only had one.
Okay.
So, like I said, I'll definitely try it again, just to give my full honest opinion about it.
Well, I definitely feel like Gurkha has a quality issue, because I've bought several. I've never bought a box or anything from them, but bought several 5-packs. Usually, how I buy them at a time, and I'd say, but every 10 cigars I buy, 2 5-packs, I'll have 2 or 3 cigars that noticeably, and you can feel it, that something's off about the rolling of it.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's the draw's too strong, whatever.
Yeah.
But you can tell something's off. It seems consistently off with Gurkha. Still love cigar, but
Oh yeah, they've got something going for them. Like I said, this is the first one I've ever tried from them. Another one of my cigars that I actually enjoyed that a lot of people have mixed feelings about is the Kentucky Fire Cure brand from Drew Estates.
no.
They are not your typical tobacco-y, smoky flavor. They have a lot of and that's what we were talking about earlier. That actually has Kentucky and Virginia blend tobacco in it.
Oh yeah.
So, but the way they cure it, which is some probably voodoo stuff that I don't know anything about, but it has a campfire-y, smoky wood flavor versus a stronger tobacco flavor. And like I said, I enjoy them. I know, and like we could talk about the acid blend too from Drew Estates that you told me to try.
Yeah, acid's a really good cigar. I just do not like the sweetness. It's over the top for me.
It's something that I can do every now and then, but there is no way that I could sit down and enjoy one every day. And that's just me.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I'm like that too. Maybe like once, maybe a month, I could enjoy one, but much more than that, too much.
Yeah, just.
But I can tell by the cigar though, even with all the sweetness, that it's great tobacco, great flavor from that.
Yep. And I've smoked several of them, and the construction of them is great. The rolling is great. Oh, yeah. We were talking about it earlier that Drew Estates has their hand in like everything in newer cigars. Like they're the rebirth of cigars, I think is their slogan. Yeah. And I mean they make the
to-go packs now in convenience stores
that you can actually go buy decent. Dude, I seen the what are they called? Oliva, the Oliva V's and the Oliva G series. Yeah. I seen one of those at Kroger.
No way.
Yes.
Huh.
No, it wasn't Kroger. It was Food Line.
Oh, yeah.
Food Line in a Huma pack or whatever they're called. Yeah, I was like, wow, that's
pretty cool.
Crazy.
Yeah.
But then again, I've never looked for them.
That's definitely a place to be though, because people on the go.
Mm-hmm.
One thing I liked about the acid blondie was how the cap is rolled. It's twisted up. You can just twist it off, and you're ready to smoke it. So really, you don't even have to come with a punch or anything, which is great for on the go.
Dude, it's one thing I don't like doing with cigars? I don't like driving with them.
I do because it makes me feel cool.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I understand that feeling. Yeah. But I feel like I don't know, man. I feel like I'm taking too much of my attention away from the cigar.
I probably wouldn't light one up and drive, but if I'm, half or less done with the cigar, feel fully comfortable driving with it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I think that's the one reason that I didn't enjoy my first cigar that I remember is because I was doing it and driving. Yeah. And I think I just didn't have the patience with it that I could just sit down and actually enjoy it versus, you know, driving and you're trying to pay attention to the road and you're trying to pay attention to all the other maniacs driving and trying to survive.
Well, when I first started, a lot of things changed as far as the cut is different. On different cigars, I like a different cut.
Okay.
And I even like to light it different on different cigars.
Okay.
Like I've recently started with the Zippo lighter. I kind of prefer that over the torch now. It gives me a more even burn. And with the torch, I was getting a more of a charcoal flavor. And that's when I really made the switch. Which I still use the torch every now and again. But yeah, things like that though. You try one cigar. Well, for me, I always feel like I got to buy at least two.
Yeah.
So I want to try like a different cut or something. You don't ever really get the full profile.
I'm making a mess. I'm over here gesturing way too much with the cigar, shaking ash all over his table.
Don't worry about it.
We'll get it here in a minute. But no, that's actually one thing that I gave you the V cutter I bought. I was not a fan of the V cut, and looking back, it's a super cheap V cutter. So maybe it didn't cut it correctly, didn't cut it deep enough, it didn't blah blah blah, whatever you want to say. So like that's one thing I would like to say that I want to go back and retry is a better V cutter for it. But I've never thought about just the way that you cut it can, like, it's not going to affect the way it tastes, but it's going to affect the way that you enjoy it differently.
Yeah.
The mouthfeel of it. Yeah.
Well, that's all a cigar is. It's just how you enjoy it. There's no proper way, really. It's just how you like it.
Yeah, and that's another thing I like about it. And I like that it's there's so much of a variety of it.
Oh, yeah.
And it's, you know, you can, dude, I've spent hours in the cigar shop in Roanoke just looking. And of course, like, the other thing I liked about them is when I went in there, his name is David. He said, "What can I help you with?" I said, "I'm new to cigars." He said, "Okay." He said, "What strength do you like?" I said, "A medium to full flavor cigar." He said, "Come with me." And he didn't take me to the most expensive cigars. He didn't take me to a super cheap cigar. He put me right in the middle, and he was like, "Look, this is a good cigar for the bang for the buck." He's like, "Try this one." He's like, "And I try one of these." I think I got two of them out of it. And it was, like I said, he didn't try to upsell me to where he could make more money off of it. They're really worried about you. Like, they want you to enjoy something as much as they do.
Huh.
God, we need to go down there one day.
Yeah. Well, cigars, you can always find something right just for you.
Yep.
There's so many different brands, flavors, just from tobacco from different countries. You're getting so much.
Yes.
Just a different profile altogether. So.
And I there's no way that I'm over here proclaiming that I know everything about a cigar, but we're just kind of shooting off the hip of what we know about them.
I've been smoking cigars for a little while now. But I still feel like I'm kind of new to it. There's still so much to try.
Yeah, I don't think that anybody could become a master of a cigar unless you just dedicated your whole life to smoking cigars, which doesn't sound like a bad life, but.
Well, yeah, you think the people up in the companies, though, they probably got plenty of time to try everything. Well, like we was talking earlier, the people that develop the blends, they smoke a little bit of everything, I'd say. Have to.
You'd almost have, it's just like a whiskey blend.
Mm-hmm.
Like, those people's jobs is just to go in there and write down the flavor notes that you get out of a certain X, whatever you want to call it, and then go, okay, well, we need to dump these together, and it's going to make it taste like the original one. And one of my favorite things to do is, like, a lot of people jump straight to like a brandy or a bourbon, maybe like something like really like a high proof alcohol goes really well with a cigar. My favorite thing to drink with a cigar is a cup of coffee.
Really,
dude, it's something about it. I don't know.
I've done it. I mean, it's nice. I like it, but I like bourbon.
Yeah. I'm not down.
Generally, that is with a strong cigar.
Yeah.
I wouldn't go with a lighter cigar with bourbon.
Yeah, and like if you get like a medium to mild one, it's kind of really creamy and not really too overbearing, and you can sit there and sip a cup of coffee with it. I do enjoy that, and I don't know. I seriously think it just goes back to, even if I didn't have a cigar and I could just sit down and find an hour of my, time to yourself.
Oh yeah.
Like it's a game changer, man.
Oh yeah.
I think I'm just trying to be an old man as fast as possible.
Yeah, I'm definitely doing that. I'm ready to retire.
Exactly.
Sit around, drink whiskey, smoke cigars. It's fine by me.
Yeah, again, it sounds horrible. Man. Well, I think we're going to go ahead and call this one quits. We're going to enjoy the rest of our cigars and enjoy the rest of our day. We kind of just wanted to shoot the breeze about them, let you know what we thought about them, and kind of tell you a little story of why we got started with them.
Yep.
So, if anybody's got any questions, go ahead and drop me a message. I will definitely get you pushed in the right direction when it comes to cigars. So, thank you again, Dakota, for spending some of your time with me.
Yep, no problem, man.
Up here, just on the side of a mountain smoking a cigar. It isn't a bad day at all. So, we will talk to y'all later. Y'all have a wonderful day.